Okay, so can we start with the session?
Yes, Agnisha. Okay, I'll proceed.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I am Agnisha De. I am one of the organizers of JWoC. Currently, I am pursuing BTech from Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College in Computer Science and Engineering Department, and I am in my third year. So, I would like to welcome everyone to another exciting session brought to you by JWoC. I am thrilled to have you all join us today as we explore the fascinating world of extended reality, that is XR, and explore the XROS Fellowship Program. So, XR encompasses a range of immersing technologies like augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. XR combines real and virtual elements to create immersive experiences that go beyond the physical world. So there has been a lot of talk around GSOC for years, but now new initiatives have also recently emerged. One such initiative is the XROS Fellowship, a Digital India initiative envisioned by FICCI, that is Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, supported by Meta and implemented by Reskill. XROS Fellowship is a game changing initiative to foster mixed reality development culture. Now let's extend a warm welcome to our distinguished speaker today. We have privilege of hearing from Akshita Gupta, an expert in XR technologies who will be sharing her insights and experiences with us. She is currently pursuing MTech in IIIT Patna. She was a part of prestigious programs like XROS Fellowship Program and MLH Fellowship Program. Akshita, thank you for being here with us today. Akshita, would you mind giving us a brief introduction about yourself and your journey in the XR space, and also what led you to become a part of the prestigious XROS Fellowship Program? So, over to you, Akshita.
Thank you so much, Agnisha. Is my voice audible perfectly?
Yeah, it is audible
Okay.
perfectly.
Thank you so much for the brief, proper introduction. But yeah, I like to correct it. Like currently, I'm pursuing MTech at IIIT Pune, not Patna. No issue.
Okay.
So I'll start my introduction with my like I'm currently pursuing. So I'm currently pursuing MTech, and like I have been contributing to open source in the second year of my college. Then I started working, like I started doing internship, and these open source contribution led me to be an MLH fellow and then XROS fellow. So yeah, I'll be like sharing my screen, and firstly I wanted to know I won't be monitoring the chats, but if you have any questions during my complete slides, so please ask at the end of the session. And till then, if you have any question, please ask in the chats, and I'll answer at the end of the session. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen now. Also, I'm kindly right now in the low bandwidth area, so there might be some kind of network issue. So like if I drop out somehow, that will be a rare case. I'll be joining again in 1 minute, if that is the case. Right now it's fine. Okay. Okay, so you are able to see my screen, Agnisha? Can you answer in this?
Yeah, yeah. The screen is
Okay.
visible.
Okay, so before deep diving into this XR open source fellowship program, let me tell you what open source is, and like how I started contributing in open source. Because I would say for a student or a professional, they have their different definitions about open source. For me, when I was a second year student, how I started contributing is like in your BTech you must have like completed a project related to face detection, or like in Python when you uh, learn about computer vision and this OpenCV, the very first project that we learn is face detection. So what happened is, like I just created a very simple project of face detection using OpenCV, and I uploaded that project to GitHub. And there was the open source program in 2020. It was named as Student Codin. So I just submitted that project in the student coding, and I received 3 to 4 contributors, like who were interested to contribute in the same in my own project. And what they did is, like they actually implemented that face detection with different algorithms. So it just came into my mind, like, why not let me create a complete repository where all the algorithms are being implemented for detection, all the facial operation like face detection, recognition. So like after the months of contribution from different contributors, facex was developed. And right now the facex is being contributed, like 500 plus developers they are still contributing in this project, and lots of contribution it is receiving right now. And each and every face operation related to like IoT or any kind of operations for animation, cartoonification of facial images, so all are implemented in it. So like why I was telling this, like you can see it all started with just a single project, and lots of contributors collaborated in it. So for me, open source is all about collaboration, interaction with different like developers of different fields, learning from them, networking opportunities. So this is what open source is for me. Now like when you start contributing in open source, there are lots of open source programs, like some are non-paid, some are paid, the different level of like intermediate nature, beginner level and advanced level. So you have heard of Girl Skip Summer of Code, and this JGEC Winter of Code by Jalpaiguri College. So these kinds of programs, they are very beneficial for beginners. Even when I started contributing, I took part in various open source program, and this is a great opportunity to start contributing in open source. Then further, when you contribute in these programs, you also get these opportunities of this open source fellowship program by big companies like Meta and Google. They like Google Summer of Code. So these kind of programs happen, and they have a good stipend, I would say. So now let me tell you about what this XR open source fellowship program is. And this year, this was the first cohort, like in 2023, it was the I would say the first cohort of the XR open source fellowship, and it was all sponsored by Meta. So the main aspect of this program was building digital public goods for the metaverse. We all know what metaverse is, like a virtual environment where the virtual entities they interact, and so these kinds of things combine to form a metaverse. And so for me, like I have been an XROS fellow, so I was the part of the first most cohort of this XROS. And I've been an MLH fellow, I've been an open source mentor, like I guide student to get started with Git and GitHub. I also take part in lots of hackathons. So from the second year, I started taking part in hackathon, and they were the best way, like I would say, the collaboration and interaction that I have got in these hacks, that was actually very beneficial for my career. So Agnisha, can you tell me, like everything is properly visible? Like if some problem anyhow occurs, like in my audio or visual, just let me know. Okay.
Okay, now it is visible and audible also.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So, like this XROS fellowship program was it was an initiative by FICCI, Federation of Indian Chambers, and also it was sponsored by Meta. It was implemented by Reskill. Reskill is a organization that hosts various hackathons and also lots of competitions they host, and it was supported by Digital India and like NEGD. Lots of technical partners they were supporting this event. So like how this program happened, so Meta wanted I would say uh, yeah, like Meta wanted that this metaverse should spread in India. So they supported FICCI for US $1 million for this fellowship program. And this program, in total 100 developers were selected for the 2023 cohort, and there were total 10,000 plus applications last year. And these 100 developers, there was a like 16% women and rest were the male, and they were from different parts of India, like different states. So I would say this was a great opportunity for me or for any of the all 100 developers that were selected to contribute in these organizations and learn about the metaverse and XR and all. So before moving forward to this XROS term, let me tell you what this extended reality is. So like a lot right now, this metaverse thing is so much into trending. So we should first understand what this extended reality, virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality, what actually this is. So XR is a combination, or I would say hybrid of virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. So virtual reality is just like a complete digital environment. For that, it means if you have heard of this flight simulator, like pilot training happens in this flight simulator, this is what a virtual reality means. Then augmented reality, if you have heard of Pokemon Go. So like in the real world environment, if there are some digital objects, so that is what a Pokemon Go is. So this is the augmented reality. And mixed reality is like, in Instagram we have these filters, Snapchat filters. When we we interact with those, when we interact with these virtual objects in a virtual environment, so that is the mixed reality. So I hope like you have got, like you understood about what this VR, AR, and MR is, and these all three combines to form an extended reality. So about this program, let me tell about what are the features and benefits of this program. So this program offers, like you can contribute to the open source project that were specifically from the XR related field, AR, VR, 3D modeling, Blender. These kinds of projects were there. Like if you have heard of the process of GSOC, there are lots of organizations and they have their different projects. Every organization have their projects and we write a proposal for them. So that was the same process with the XROS also. There were 32 organizations. They were from the different fields of XR, 3D modeling, and we need to write proposals to them. So this was the same process. There were like experienced mentors from different organizations. There was a lot of mentor support. You can you can expand your network with these mentor organization. Also there were internship opportunities and also the job opportunities, because in the site when you go to the FICCI XROS, it was mentioned like some of the organization, they will hire the candidates for further development. So the best part of this fellowship was the stipend for 3 months was 4 lakh rupees. And this was the like very key aspect, like being when you are a student and you are getting an educational stipend and you are still, this I would say this stipend, these are just a bonus aspect. The most important thing in these fellowships or contribution is the learning that you are getting in these programs, and also how you are interacting with these mentors. So this is what actually matters for these fellowships. There was a lot of teamwork, communication, collaboration, and that was actually very useful for me and for other developers that were a part of this fellowship. So eligibility criteria for this fellowship, you should be 18 plus years of age and you should be in pre-final year or final year of graduation. Also, working professionals were allowed in this fellowship. So you have a proper, if you are a first year or second year student, you have a good chance. So you can I'll be sharing some resources also. Like if you have no idea what this XR is, what this AR, VR is, you have ample of time and enough resources to learn about and to create projects that will be very helpful for further XROS. 2024 might, the applications might be opening soon, and the applicant should be the resident of India. That is much more important here. Now the application process. So regarding the application process, please wait a minute, let me wait. Okay. Okay. So regarding the application process, it started with the onboarding. Please wait 1 minute. Let me see my phone. Actually, I'm also joining with my phone so that I can check out the chats.
Okay, not an issue.
Okay, yeah, I've joined from my phone. No issue. Sorry for the disturbance. Now, okay, I'll continue with the application process. So first is the onboarding application. You have to fill your details, like in which year you are currently studying, why you want to be an XROS fellow, like how you are passionate enough. There will be some simple 2 through 3 questions will be asked. Your background information will be asked that you need to fill. Then your profile will be shortlisted for the second round. And when your profile is shortlisted, organization page will be open. Like there will be 30 to 32 organizations will be there, and you need to see what kind of projects they are having, what tech stacks they are requiring. Then you need to select those organization, and you need to write the proposal. So proposal writing is just similar to what you do in GSOC. I'll tell you everything in brief. I'm just telling you the flow of this complete XROS fellowship program. So you need to write the proposal. Then after writing the proposal, there will be 2 interview rounds. Most of the time, they don't ask you to write code in those technical interview. One will be technical interview, and another will be just like a behavioral or HR interview round. Then final selection, and then you can start contribution. So I would say there will be in total 3 rounds are there. First is the profile shortlisting, the second one is the proposal writing, and the third one is the interview round. So for me there was only one interview. For an other other applicants, they were, so they were like 2 or 3 interviews that were it depends on the organization. Now on right hand side, I have like added a screenshot also, like how for 2024 application, how you will go through complete website, or how you will select the proposal. So the first aspect is how you will select the organization and project. Like you can see, these were the 2023 organization, and I was a part of Z Anatomy organization. And Z Anatomy is an open source 3D human anatomy atlas. They have a 3D modeling group, and another one is the Unity 3D game developers group. So I was a part of a game development team. So what you have to do is, when you go through the organization page, just see what kind of organizations are there, what kind of projects they have. And let me tell you how you will actually see, select the organization, because you are given in total, you can write proposal to 4 organization. So choose the organization, go through there. If any community is available in those organization, like Z Anatomy have a community, a Discord community. And what I did, I just joined their Discord community. I interacted with the mentors, and I asked what kind of any kind of changes or features that are required. So it was a 1 month process. In that process, I was in complete interaction and complete in network with the mentor of the Z Anatomy organization. So they were actually very keen they were keen to select me for the further rounds, because I already told them that I was actually interested to contribute in this Z Anatomy organization. So check out if any Slack community is there or Discord community of these channel is there. Because the best part is, rather than going through their projects and looking for the issues, firstly try to know about what project is, like going through the documentation, and then interacting with the mentors, asking them what kind of features they required, telling them about your tech stack, asking them how can I improve it further. So these things are actually required before the proposal writing process. So mostly the projects are AR, VR, and 3D modeling. So I'll be also telling you, if you have no idea about this, then what resources you can follow. Next is I'll guide you how to select the organization and how the page looks like. So when you go through the Z Anatomy organization, you will see the tech stacks are already mentioned, about the organization is mentioned. Just go through it. The projects are open. That at my time the projects were related to female. There was a male model and the female models. So we need to do for the Blender development team, they need to create a female models. So that was the aspect. And another one was the game development, because they wanted to create a game for a for the students who are pursuing MBBS or kind of doc related stuff. So they want, for learning the anatomical terms, it's very difficult to understand, but through gaming we can easily understand it. So our task was to do to create a game for them, so that they can easily understand these anatomical terms. So you can see, just go through the tech stack. Like suppose if any of the tech stack you don't know, for me, I was not that much comfortable with Blender, but I knew Python and JS. So what I did, I told the mentor that I was interested in this, and I told them I have created some game already with Unity. So when you show them how much you are interested in their projects, and how much you are interested to solve their whatever the projects they are having, so they will be actually interested to take you. Now proposal writing. So when you select the organization and you are comfortable with the tech stack, you will go to the proposal writing phase. And this is a very important aspect either for the Google Summer of Code, or I would say for the XROS Fellowship Program. Firstly, in the proposal writing, they will be providing you a format, and in you have to follow that complete format. But I've like, because some of the aspect that is really important, like when you fill the proposal, you also need to mention some kind of mock-ups. Like there in my organization, Z Anatomy organization, for the game development, I created some mock-ups of the game. Because when you write, the best part is that you write it, like whatever things you want to contribute, what changes you want to plan. But if you give them a UI interface, that this interface I am planning to implement, so they will also understand, like the candidate has already created some mockups. They have their mind clear that what they will be implementing in those 3 months. So this is actually very important that you write it in a practical form. Now these kinds of questions are asked: name and personal information that you can fill. What excites you to work at chosen organization? Now, like what excites me to work at this Z Anatomy organization was like learning about this like anatomical terms. I was interested in this medical field stuff, so I mentioned that. And I mentioned that doing a game development was a new task for me. That is what I mentioned. And why you chose this project, because in an organization there are certain projects, so you have to mention why you only chose this game development project, or the blender or 3D modeling project. You need to mention that. If you have any previous contributions, like I created a game, a very basic game for medical students, so I mentioned that also. And I mentioned the GitHub link of that project, that I created that game. And if they wanted to see, they can read the complete documentation. Now whenever you are mentioning your previous contribution, always mention a public GitHub link with a proper documentation, a proper readme, because that is much more important. Somehow, if there are non-technical people, how can they understand your code base? They can only understand whatever the documentation, how you are writing that, how someone can run your code locally. So that is what actually important. So you need to mention that. Then in the proposal, you need to mention what tech stack you are comfortable with. Even if you're not comfortable with, suppose I would say I was not comfortable with Blender, I wrote that I'll be interested to learn Blender in those 3 months and to contribute. Now next question was, how will you work on the project? What changes, what features you will be implementing? So at this aspect, or this point of time, you need to mention if kind of any user interface that you are planning, or any other contribution that you have done. You can add the screenshots, mockups. Like I have also like added in the slide itself, like this kind of mockups I added of the game. So they were very impressed by these mockups when I created them. So also the most important part is the timeline is mentioned there, like a complete week timeline you have to give, like for week 0 or week 1, what you will be doing first. You need to like you will be doing a community bonding, or you will be going through the complete organization documentation. Because when you onboard in these organizations, they will be providing you a complete onboarding process, because you need to first understand what their project is all about. Now at last, very last question was, what makes you the best person to execute this project? Like how will you say that you are the only person that like you should be selected for this organization, because there are 10,000 plus application. What defines you from other people? So you need to mention that your previous contribution, what you have done, any other achievements that you have made in the particular field that you are selecting, that you can mention. So this is what the aspect of the proposal writing. And this is actually very important. If you want, you can take a screenshot of it. And you can like when you are writing, and this is also required for the Google Summer of Code, like because proposal is actually very important. Google Summer of Code, I don't, there is no interview at all, only through proposal. So you need to write the best proposal. The timeline should be very important. So like this was my timeline that I created like for this project. So I just had like I have just shared it right now. Okay, next part is, okay, So the next part after the proposal writing is the interview round. So like when you are when you this proposal writing is also a kind of a qualification and disqualification round. Like after you write proposal, you can write proposal to 4 different organization, but make sure whenever you are writing proposal, just don't copy paste from one proposal to second proposal to third proposal. Please go through every organization. Better is to write two proposals for two organization and submit it, but write it like very accurate proposal. Just like do a proper revision, do a peer review also, so that you can send your proposal to mentor also before submitting. Because what I did was I created my proposal, and before submitting it to the website, like the XR platform, first send it to my mentor. So mentor just go through the like went through the proposal, and he also told me to how to change that proposal. So this is the actually what you can do is, when if there is a community, you can interact with the mentor and write a proposal and show them. So there might be a case they might not be interested to see the proposal, but at least you can ask them, like they can review the proposal. Now regarding the interviews, so kind of they are very like introduction based interviews. My first interview was a introduction based. Like there were mentors from the Z Anatomy organization, and they just asked my previous contribution. And it was not a technical interview, but I showed them what game I made, like what was my previous experience. And I also told them what was my previous open source contribution that was not related to XR. So it was all like they wanted to know more about me and how much keen interested I am to work in their project. So they also told me like like more about their project. They told me that you need to spend this much time, will you be able to spend this much time every month, like every day. So this is all, they will be like just kind of a talking discussion will be there. And it's not that much difficult. If you have a previous work, you can show it. If even if you don't have any previous work, better is you can just tell them how you will what the project that you are choosing, how will you improve that you can do. So there will be a workflow of the organization, like the mentors, they will be discussing about what will be the complete workflow, what will be like complete weekly meetings, when there will be weekly meetings. So they will also be asking you, if you're a student, will you able be to manage like your free time. They will be asking. So this kind of this is a remote opportunity, so it's completely flexible, and it will all depend upon you and the mentor. You need to manage like whenever you are free, you need to like have a meeting with the mentor. You need to discuss whatever you have done in the complete week, any advancement that is needed. So this is what interview is all about. Not very technical, but somehow from like some of my like friends that were selected, so some kind of technical questions that were asked, but not from me, because they were more interested to see like how much interested I am to contribute in the project, and also like what my previous contributions were. So there also be some questions on the timeline that you have made. So make sure whenever you create a timeline, just don't be like for the 3 weeks you are doing a community bonding. So you need to be very like, you need to make sure that you are taking the project very seriously and you are creating the timeline very accurately. So this was about the third round, that is the interview round. And after this interview rounds, this might happen that you might be taken to the another interview, because I was for me it was only a single interview, but for my friends there were 2 to 3 interviews also. So this might be because there are a lot of applications. Like for one particular organization, there might be 500 or 600 plus applicants, they are applying to the same organization. So you need to like if you are creating any proposal, that should be very unique. And if you are taken to these interviews, just be patient enough in this complete process. Just don't lose any hope, because what happens is when we apply to these programs, we always think that I'll be selected. But when I apply to these programs, I never ever think that I'll be selected. I just enjoy the complete process. Because winning and losing, these are just a part of these competitions. These competitions or fellowship, they might come again and again, but the best aspect that you are having is the flow. Like when you are interacting with the mentors, they might suggest you some of the different resources. So this is what actually the beauty of these the beauty of the process that you are having. Never ever think that even if you are rejected for this fellowship, another year there is another chance. So always think about it. Never ever think of like I will not be able to select, so what will happen, I've spent so much time. This is not the case. So now this was the complete process that I have told you. Like I have tried to tell you everything in brief what happens during this. And now I will tell you XR related organization, resources and communities that you can connect with. Like I can understand some of the participants, when we are talking about XR, you might not be very comfortable with this XR stuff and all. So from the very say, everyone, they are not comfortable with the with this big XR related. But actually when you start working on certain fields, you get used to it. So these you can take a screenshot of this slide if you want, some of the projects, resources and what tech stacks are required. So when I went through all the sites, I got these are the tech stacks that were actually not every tech stack is required, but yeah, Blender is required for 3D modeling. For Z Anatomy, it was required for the different organization. Mostly they were like game development organization. Like I also wrote a proposal to Fanisco. So Fanisco was a kind of a metaverse sport related platform. They wanted to create a project that is a 3D simulation of a cricket field. It was like we like any of the a group of people, they can watch cricket in a virtual environment, and they can comment, they can share their views and all. So they were planning to create this project. So for them, they were actually requiring the platforms a Blender, Unity, Unreal Engine. So even if you don't know about how to use these platform, Unity, Unreal Engine, there are lots of resources available, like Code Monkey is teaching Unity 3D. I took help from Code Monkey. Unity tutorials are available. Udemy is providing some free tutorials on Unity. And Learn XR, there are I gathered these resources from different sites for you all, so that you can see to any of the resource that you are comfortable with. And there is a Microsoft XR development for beginners. So they have a complete free course by Micro. This is an open source project. This is XR development for beginners. So they have their different I would say the different groups. From very beginner level to advanced level, you can learn about XR, like 3D modeling, AR, VR, and other stuff. Free Code Camp is also providing some different resources. So Outscal is a community that you can join. There are a lot of XR developer in this community. And so what happened when this XROS fellowship was during the start, what I did, I joined each and every community that I found on internet. Even every Discord community, every XR related, I joined. And I started asking from XR developer like how they started this game development. So I would say the best part is, whenever like any kind of this fellowships or these things are coming, the best part is to join the communities, because community power is, like, I would say, the best thing. Because when you are in a community, you get to interact with lots of developers like you. I started asking from in LinkedIn also, some were game developers, so I asking how, like, what resources they use. So that was very helpful for me. So I hope like you have taken a screenshot of this slide regarding the resources. If you need, I'll be sharing these slides with you. And the next is the XR communities. So these are the 4 communities in Discord. These are, you can join, like Dilemma Games, Unity, XR Creator, XR Hub. And for their in their they generally have their ask question channel. If you have any question, you can ask question related to XR or any other stuff you want in these communities. So this fellowship program, like I have just mentioned the statistics of the program, there were total 100 fellows, 24 organization in total, and 19% were female, 81% were male. And so applications were total 10,000 plus applications, and 100 developers were selected for this organization. In my Z Anatomy organization, total 8 candidates were selected. 4 were for the 3D modeling and the Blender related stuff, and 4 were for the game development. So I was a part of a game development team. So this is like in November, the fellowship ceremony happened at the Imperial Hotel in New Delhi, and you can see that I am with with the FICCI India chairman, and also public policy director of Meta. on my left side. So they are actually giving me a kind of a certificate of appreciation, and all 100 developers were called for this. It was a really great event, I would say. And it was a great experience that I was able to interact with like these people. So this was a, like I would say, a wonderful program for me, a great opportunity for me. So thank you so much everyone for listening. Now if you have any question, just please let me know. And please wait for 2 minutes, because as Coin is a sponsor for this event, like if somehow if you don't know how to contribute in open source, so Coin is there to help you, and I'll be guiding you what Coin is. And there's a task for everyone. If you do this task, like 5 candidates will be selected, and you will be given Coin merch, that is a t-shirt, cap, stickers and all, as they are a sponsor. If you want, you can connect with me. You can just scan it, and I'll also share my links with you. Okay, so I'll be sharing the Coin doc with you. If you have any question till now related to XR or anything, please write in the chat. Feel free to write. Now I'm sharing about the Coin. Okay. So Coin is basically, you need to, like their main concept is build and monetize your developer reputation. So when you do an open source contribution in GitHub, you go through the repository, then you go through an issue page and pull request pages. Firstly, you go to an issue, what kind of open issues are there. You ask the admin for like approval so that you can solve those issues. You should be assigned to them. What is like, how Coin is different from that? It is completely same, that you go through the issues, you will solve it. But when you solve the issue through Coin, you are actually getting rewards, like a cash rewards, whatever that has been said by the company. So in GitHub, you are actually solving the issues and you are giving a PR. But in Coin, but if you go through a Coin and you solve issue, there are actually a rewards for every issue, like $10, $200, $300 for solving a particular issue. So this is what Coin actually open source for me, I'm still contributing in these issues, solving the issues. So recently I was rewarded $200 for solving an issue, a Coin that was actually a Coin quest. So you need to contribute to these OSS projects. And there are lots of projects that are like some monetary reward projects that are available, and I'll show you what like how to contribute through Coin. Firstly, when you will go through the coin.sh platform, you will see there are lots of projects available. Right now you can see front end, sharding sphere, these kind of projects are there. When you go through these projects, the issues will be available according with the rewards when you solve this issue. Now when you solve that issue and your maintainer of the project, means the admin of the project, approves that, then you will when it approves that, you will be rewarded with the cash reward or any kind of reward that is available. So they are also having these creators quest. So creator quest is just like for a like for a week, or right now they are having the hackathons also. There are topic will a certain topic will be given, and you need to create a project related to that topic. Like for me, it was a topic of generative AI, and I needed to create a social good project. So for helping what I created was related to kind of a woman, related to like women safety project. So this kind of social good projects were required. So I created that project, and there will be a kudos in the community. Like when you create that project, people will like give kudos, or I would say they will like your project, and the judges will judge the project, and on the basis of that, you will be there is a prize pool of $2048, and you will be granted reward money according to that. So there is solver quest. Right now, these solver quests are not open. These solver quests are from the open source companies. So these companies, they have the reward for solving each and every issue. And next part is the dev rank stuff. So this coin has introduced this dev rank, and dev rank is a calculation of your what kind of issues that you have solved, the pull requests you have made, the complete GitHub contribution that you have done. So they haven't revealed this mathematical calculation, like how they are calculating this dev rank, but according to your contribution, they have they have this concept of dev rank. And more the dev rank means the more contributions you are doing. So they have these very beautiful widgets that you can add in your GitHub README. When you go through it, you can add these widgets, like whatever the stats of GitHub you are having, Stack Overflow, Web3. If you are connected with the Web3 MetaMask wallet, you can connect with them. Now, if you want to improve in open source, so for newbies, there are certain open source program like SWOC. We have JWoC. You are contributing in JGEC, Winter of Code, Social Summer of Code, Script Summer of Code. Intermediate level are like Outreachy. So Outreachy is program for the non-binary individuals and women. And let me tell you, the stipend for Outreachy is $8,000. So it is a great opportunity for women and non-binary individual. You can apply for Outreachy, and right now the applications are open, so it is a best chance to apply for it. Advanced level, we have MLH fellowship, code heat, or I would say for XROS fellowship, it might come in the advanced level. For expert, we have Google Summer of Code, Google Season of DAOs. Now, what you have to do is, there is a task, and just be ready with your mobile phones. Firstly, you need to scan it. I like and I like, please everyone, like, I think in call there are total 29 28 people, so please scan it. So you need to complete this task to be eligible for the giveaway. So just scan it and then sign up with your GitHub account. And when you get this page, you just need to take a screenshot. I hope everyone is doing this. Everyone, please scan this page. You can write in chat also if you have scanned it. And after scanning it, just sign up with your GitHub account. If you are facing any problem, just let me know. Okay. You can react when you have completed the sign up process. Okay. Great, Dobraj. I'll wait for 2 minutes. Just sign up through your GitHub, and you will be taken to your dashboard. When you will take when you are on your dashboard, just take a screenshot of your dashboard. Whatever the dashboard that you are getting, just take a screenshot. I'll tell the process again. What you have to do is, you have to sign up by scanning this code. You will be taken to the dashboard after sign up, and then you need to take a screenshot of that dashboard, your dashboard, the first page that you are getting after signing up. Okay. I hope everyone has done it. You have taken a screenshot also. Okay. Now the next part is, for like getting this swag, you need to fill this form. Just scan this, and in this, when you scan it, your dashboard screenshot will be asked. You need to fill your complete address and everything. Okay, and please mention your t-shirt size correctly. In form also, everything is mentioned. And Sandeepan, one thing you can do is, the students, those who have not joined this session and they wanted to like take part in this giveaway, they can easily take part. You just share this Google form. I'll share a Google form with you. You can share the Google form with everyone in the JGEC community.
Sure.
Okay. So I'll
Okay.
share.
Okay.
I'll share I'll share. So it will be like I'll also be sharing the slides and everything. So you can share if anyone required. Let me also share the Google form in the meeting. I have shared the Google form in the Meet link. You can fill the form. Also, please give your feedback if anything is required. And in the meantime, I'll just answer whatever the questions that are mentioned. If you have any question, please ask. So, first question is being asked by Aman Prakash. Okay, so it's related to GATE exam. How did you manage to get a good GATE exam score, upskilling in development? I think I have already. Okay. Form I have shared. Is form not working? Has anyone able to fill the form? Sneha, I have shared the form in the meet itself. Okay, okay. So the first question is, how did you manage to get a good GATE exam score and upskilling in development? I'm also considering giving GATE while extensive contributing to open source, attending hackathon, etc. If you are following a good pace, like you are considering giving GATE along with contributing in open source and attending hackathon, it's actually a great like how you're managing your time. So for me, like how I manage my time was like I always wanted to pursue mtech. So for that I wanted to like for that I have to give the GATE exam. So from the third year like I started learning about all the concepts of like whatever the 10 subject that come in GATE CSE. Along with that, as I was contributing in open source, I never stopped my contribution, and also I never left a single month. Like I took part in mostly every month. I took part in hackathon. Every week, every weekend I took part. I also not with a single team. I love interacting with I love interacting and networking with people. So every week I took part in MLH hackathons where I like interacted with lots of developers, and I created projects for 24 hours. So I would say for complete week I studied for my GATE exam, and whenever it was Saturday Sunday I took part in hackathons. So it all depends on you. It's all about time management. Somehow what happened is when we are very active in social media and everything, and when we open Instagram, let me tell you this thing: whenever I open Instagram and I scroll reel, I never know like how 1 hour or 2 hour passes away. But at the same time, when you're taking part in hackathon, contributing and open source, it's all about how you're managing your time. I'm not saying that don't go don't use Instagram or not. Use it, like socially interact with people, virtually interact with people, whatever you can do, but always think about what is actually important currently. If you are contributing in open source, you're also getting an opportunity to contribute in real world projects, because when you start contributing in these local projects that right now, and then you get the opportunity to contribute in projects like Meta, and in MLS fellowship I contributed to GitLab project. So these kind of opportunities that you are getting. So it's all about how you are efficiently managing your time. These are all remote opportunities. Times are flexible. So you need to take you are defining your future, so you need to manage it accordingly. So this is how I manage my GATE hackathons and everything. Because once you are in this field, when you once you start enjoying everything, you will actually be like, you never know how time get passed. Like in Instagram, like our time get passed in scrolling the reels for 1 hours and all. Your time will pass in hackathons, open source and everything. lots of opportunities that you will be getting. So how can we pre-decide the timeline correctly? Also useful in GSOC. Can you describe more in detail what happens in community bonding period? Okay, so this is actually a very important question, Aman. Thank you for asking. So this community bonding period is actually very important. So in this, this can be of two type. First is when you are applying for, when you are writing a proposal, the community bonding is very needed. And after, when your proposal is selected, you are selected for this particular program, then there is also a community bonding. So let me tell you the first community bonding. Before writing a proposal, there will be some communities for that particular project. Right now every project is having a community if it is an open source. Like even I am also having a community named as open source A to Z, because I have also lots of project of FaceX, Mox, PetMe, these kind of projects, and like 200, 300 developers, they are contributing in them. So I need to create a community so that if any doubt is there, I can answer them, or other people that can help them, or I can share the opportunities with them. So this is what a community bonding is. Whenever you are writing a proposal, firstly you need to join the community, see what who mentors are, interact with them, communicate with them, ask them what features changes are required, and how you can make changes to their projects. Right, whenever you write proposals, just share with them. This is what called a community bonding. And when you're selected for this organization, that community bonding is to get used to do the project in which you are contributing. Like you will be contributing in a group of contributors, so that community bonding is like you are interacting with the mentors, your group members. You will be knowing what your group members are knowing, or what resources you will be sharing. So this is the community bonding after your proposal gets selected. So this is a difference between these two community bonding. I hope, Aman, you got to know about what this community bonding is. Ronak has asked a question: if I am new to this, how much time is needed to get selected in XROS? Okay, so like, if suppose if you are in your first, second year, or even in your third year, because this program is for third year, fourth year, and also the working professional, you have ample of resources, ample of time. So I would say, never ever think right now the application might be open in February. So you might be like applying for it. There might be a case you will not be get selected, but the best part is the resources that I have shared with you, just go through those resources. And at least be get used to do one of the platform, either with Unreal Engine or Unity 3D, because that is actually very important for the XR related stuff. In all the organizations that I have seen, this was actually required. Like you should be good in like handling these platforms, because these platform also, they take like 3 months of learning and all. They are very big platforms. So the best part is apply if applications open. Even if you're not comfortable, at least you will be understanding how the application process is, so that if you are not selected this time, you can apply for the next year. And this will next year when you apply, you will be completely sure that you are also get like well used to this XR stuff, and you are okay with the platform. Okay. Okay, Debraj, ma'am, I am a web developer enthusiast, but to be honest, after hearing about this field from you, I'm also thinking to explore this. So, what should be the process to do this? So, what you can do, Debraj, is right now, let me share one site with you. Please don't mind the song that is playing outside. Actually, I'm sitting outside my garden. So, that is the problem. Okay, so right now this site of XROS Fellowship is under maintenance or something, but I'll share you, because I'll share with you. So if the maintenance or something is over, you will be able to see what organizations are available. Let me see. I think there is a 502 bad gateway in this website right now. It's under maintenance. You can go through the what are the projects that are available and organizations. And what you can do is just go through every organization and see what tech stacks and what projects are required. Just when I went through all the organization, I just saw Unity 3D and Unreal Engine that was actually required. So you should be not very, you should be comfortable while using these platforms, so that in interviews also, when your proposal gets shortlisted, they might be asking you, do you know these platforms or not. So if you are comfortable with these platforms, that will be a bonus for you. So okay. So WebGL useful in XR. Yes, of course, WebGL is very useful in XR. In Unity 3D, this WebGL is actually very important. And one more thing, let me see this XR open source fellowship program. Okay, so I have shared this LinkedIn page also with you all. You can check this. Can you tell me, like, have you filled the form of this coin stuff and all? Okay, great. Also, if you have any question, please ask it, and also please provide your feedbacks. How was the session? How can I improve further? All positive, negative feedback, I'll be happy to listen from you. Some mistakes I must have also done while explaining. Some things might get bounced back from your mind, whatever I'm saying. So just please mention if any feedback you are having for me, so that I can improve my further sessions also. Like, you can tell how was the session, how was your experience. And please make sure whatever sessions that you are you are attending, like in JGEC, lots of great sessions Sandeepan, you are planning. I just saw the previous session. So whatever sessions you are taking, just try to share it in your social community. Like, when you have this habit of sharing everything, like you took the session of XROS today, just share it with your community in LinkedIn or Twitter. How was the session? Share your experience, so that other friends of yours, they can also know about what this field is, because you are taking the session. And when you are sharing, you are actually increasing your network, because other people will also be getting, like, you are taking so many sessions and all. And some important part is, suppose if you know about web development, just an example I'm giving. If you know about web development, and you actually very comfortable with it, and you are in a group of 3 to 4 members, to improve your skills, to improve your communication skills, or to have a good network, what you can do is try to interact with them, try to share your knowledge with them. Because when you share your knowledge, you're actually you are you will be getting support from your friends, and also you will also be getting knowledge from them also. So that is the best part. Better is to share everything, what you are learning today, or like the session you took. So just share it in LinkedIn or Twitter, and don't forget to tag me. Okay.
Sure, sure. I will keep it that in my mind.
Okay, so I hope
And also, the session all are recorded and they are shared in YouTube. So, if you want to share it, you can also share with your connections also after
great, great.
the uploading process.
So I think most of the questions you have asked. If you have any more questions, let me share my social media pages with you. Please do share it.
I think there is a question from Divyans. Ma'am, I am in first year, knows Monster and doing DSA with Python. So now I don't want to learn anything from videos or YouTube. I just want to learn from documentation. So how can I find good resources to learn? Akshita, can you kindly answer this?
Okay, ma'am, I am the first year. No, okay. So the best part is, like, you wanted to learn from documentation. This is, I would say, the best thing that I've heard today. You wanted to learn from documentation because for anyone, for me also, I'll try to learn from the video resource and all. So there are a lot of resources that are available. Like if you wanted to learn about this XR, so Unity 3D documentation. Let me share it with you. Unity 3D documentation is the best way to learn about the Unity 3D complete platform, because when I started learning about Unity 3D, along with the video resources that I was following from Code Monkey, I also went through the documentation, because their documentation is actually very great. So let me share it with you. And every organization, they have their certain documentation. You just need to follow them. Try to firstly, when you go through any project, try to first locally run that project in your computer, so that when you are running that, you will be able to know how the code is working, how is the integration is working. So that is the best part. Okay, Nirman Day, you have a question? You can write in the chats, or you can ask if you want. I was sharing the Unity 3D documentation also. Let me share it. So here I have shared the Unity 3D documentation. Did your mentor share you resources, or you find them yourself that matches your interest? Okay, so when I was selected for this Z Anatomy organization, firstly they shared me the complete documentation of Z Anatomy. It was a kind of a 25 to 26 pages documentation. Like they had their Blender related stuff. Everything was shared. Even they shared, like, for Blender people, they were very new. Like one of the friend of mine was Kritika. She was in Blender team, and she was new to Blender. So they also shared, because they created some easy videos on Blender. So they share the resources with the Blender team. For me, what our team as a game developer, we tried to find out some of the resources, as Unity 3D is already, like, they have a proper documentation. So we look we took the resources from them also, and also we searched our own resources. So it all depends upon, because for the 2 to 3 weeks, it's a community bonding period that happens. Like they share the resources. You can take 15 days or 20 days to just have a like good grasp on that particular concepts that are required, that you can do. You can, the mentor also know, because firstly they have their big projects, and you need to first understand your project. How can you just join the fellowship and you can start contributing? So they give you ample of time. Mistakes made by you while learning. Okay, so the first part was when I started learning the Unity 3D Unity 3D platform. So this platform is actually very tough, very complicated. So the videos that I was following was from 2018, 2016, but they revise these platform every year, every time they revised it. And whatever the concept that were taught there, actually I was not following the recent resources. So that was the mistake I was following. And also you can do is just follow the resources that are actually new, because every time these platform, they are changing their the UI, they are changing the features, they are changing. So whenever I was following the old resources, I was not able to cope up with the current platform. So this is what the mistake I did while learning, that I didn't follow the newest resources that were available. Like there were a lot of newest resources that were available at that time. So, any other question if you are having? Any tips you want to give for the first year or second year student? Divyansh, you are a first year, second year student. What you can do is, if you are contributing in open source, just keep contributing in open source. Also, take part in hackathons. This is the advice that I give to everyone. Lots of hackathons are happening where from beginner to advanced level. Firstly, if you want, I would say try checking for the I am first year contributing to SWOC currently. Okay, that is a great thing you are doing. You are contributing to SWOC. You are all you are getting some admin support also. You can lots of resources you must be getting. So what I was talking about hackathons is MLH is providing hackathons every week. These are international hackathons. Take part in them. This time I think there was a hackathon I saw that was on web3 applications. So just take part in these hackathons every time the theme gets changes, and create a team of developers, like interact with them. There is a join the MLH Discord channel. What why I am saying MLH is because the hackathons that are in Hacker Earth or the DevPost, these kinds of hackathons, they are from the advanced level. But if you are in a beginner and you wanted to learn how to learn contribution in the networking, so just I would recommend this MLH hackathons. Okay, where online MLH hackathons? Let me share the link with you. Yeah, thank you for asking. The best way is to share it right now so that it will be helpful for everyone. So here you can find these hackathons. Go to the site. Divyansh, you can just check. You can go to the page. You can see hackathons. Attend a hackathon. So lots of hackathons will be available, and you can find it. Any other question? I hope you have connected with my social channel. If you have any other further question, just I'll be connecting with you. You can ask me in LinkedIn, because I usually answer everyone whoever asks questions in LinkedIn, because I'm very active in LinkedIn and Twitter also. So you can just connect with me, and if you have further any question, feel free to ask me. Happy to help you all. And I hope that for the upcoming session you must be applying for this XROS fellowship. If you want a proposal review from my side, just share your proposals with me. I'll be giving a proper I'll be reviewing them, and I can tell you what kind of changes that you can make on your proposals if you want. Okay, thank you so much, Divyansh, for being a good listener. Thank you, Divyansh. Thank you, Debraj. Thank you, Aman Prakash.
Okay, so thank you, Akshita, for sharing your expertise and experience with us today. Your insights into the XR technologies and XROS fellowship program have been truly enlightening. Also, to all our participants, thank you for joining us in an engaging discussion. We hope you find today's session informative and inspiring. So,
Thank you
yeah,
so much,
before,
Agnisha. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank
Thank you
you.
everyone for being a good listeners, and I really loved interacting with you all. And if you have any further question, feel free to ask. And thank you, Sandeepan, for inviting me for taking this session. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Prithvi, Sandeep. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you everyone for being a part of today's session. We look forward to seeing you again in our future events. Have a great evening ahead. Thank you.